Is that interesting? He knew to bow, believe it.
And now we're live.
Thank you. Welcome everyone to the Corporation of the Township of Bonnechere Valley Council meeting on Tuesday, December 17, 2024. It's 5:33 p.m. and we are meeting in council chambers. And I'm calling this meeting to order. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that the agenda be accepted as presented or amended. Does anybody have any additions? Excellent. What?
Sorry, what did I do have something to add? I don't remember. What do I have to add? Oh, yes, I have a sole source to add for the water and sewer.
Oh, yes, you do. That's
Thank
right.
you. If we could please add that.
Excellent. Then that the agenda be accepted as amended. May I have a mover and seconders, please? Moved by Brent, seconded by Merv.
Oh, I've already gone over it.
All in favor? Okay. Is there any pecuniary interest or the general nature thereof? I see none. As we gather this afternoon, we acknowledge on behalf of this council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. We are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that the minutes of the regular council meeting held on December 3rd, 2024 as amended or presented be hereby adopted. May I have a mover and seconder to get it on the floor, please? Moved by Merv, seconded by John. Were there any errors or omissions? I see none. All in favor? Excellent. Reports have been filed. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024, whereas direction has been given to staff. Now be it resolved that the correspondence be filed. May I have a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Tracy, seconded by Brent. Anything further? All in favor? Thank you, council. Okay, I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that the 2025 water and wastewater budget be approved as presented and that staff be directed to bring forward a bylaw for council consideration to approve and adopt the 2025 water and wastewater rates. May I have a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Brent, seconded by Merv. All in favor? Thank you, council. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that council approved the Township of Bonnechere Valley's health and safety policy as presented. May I have a mover and seconder, please? Merv, John. Anything on the policy? All in favor? Council, was there anything on the check register board report?
It's just
Please.
one on the one Cunningham Swan. Did you already speak towards that today?
I did not,
Oh, okay.
because it was on the agenda for this evening,
Yeah.
so. There is something in there for, our integrity commissioner for 700 and.
764.
764, okay.
Great.
So I did receive an application from a resident, and so there's $150 fee to file an application with our office. And so that was paid and it was forwarded on to our integrity commissioner, and it was basically a declaration. The individual thought that a council member should have declared. I did speak to this resident prior to submitting the application because they had asked me about it prior to. I let them know that the council member had already talked, so the council member had already talked to our integrity commissioner and asked them if they needed to declare. The integrity commissioner had already told our councillor, no, they did not need to declare. I explained all of that to the resident before they filed the application because I wanted them to understand that the information had already come forward. Now there could be additional information. So they went ahead and filed the application and paid the fee. I forwarded the information off to the integrity commissioner. They asked me for the report that was being asked about. They asked me for a copy of the minutes of that meeting. I forwarded both of those to the Integrity Commissioner. And at the end of the day, they did not find any justifiable reason to go forward with an investigation. And so they did not go forward with an investigation. There is no report. There is no reason to make any of it public because it was unfounded. So it was a complaint that was unfounded, basically, is what our Integrity Commissioner said. So that was the fee for having that, just review a couple of documents. And so luckily it wasn't an investigation, or that would have been a lot more money. And as I said, the fee that is part of our bylaw is $150, and it's there for a reason, because you can imagine, like the Freedom of Information requests, they're only $5. I know it's important, and most of the time our residents, we do provide them with the information without having to file anything or pay anything. But you know, it does at least ensure that the person you know, is very serious, and that they bear some of the cost in case, as in this instance, it is not you know, not justifiable for an investigation. So that reduces our cost a little bit. Hopefully that answers.
No, I appreciate that. No, I signed the checks and then that's where I asked you about originally, so it's just, that was the first one we've ever had.
Correct.
Since I've been here, and
Since I've been here as well.
yeah, exactly, so, and it's a lot of money, $752, like it just to go nowhere, so.
I think what bothers me the most is that the member of council already reached out to our IC to ask our IC whether there was something there, whether they should declare. And that information going to Annette, then going to the resident that brought the complaint, in my opinion, should have ended it there. I think that's where I get teed off about it, is that it was already invested, it was already checked into.
Oh,
So,
we already spent the money as a township to have, like, to have a reference, or like through Cunningham Swamp prior.
right,
And it gets brought up again, we spend another $750 on it, so.
Was this an issue that happened in council during a meeting?
Yes,
Okay,
like it
well,
was something that was discussed in council, that the resident felt that the a member of council should have declared. And the member of council did not declare. And so and the member of council did talk to the Integrity Commissioner, and the member of council said, somebody asked me if I should have declared. Do you think I should have declared? The Integrity Commissioner said, no, I don't think you should have declared. I mean, not that simple, obviously, but that's the outcome. And so when the resident approached me with the question, you know, I think that your member should have declared for this item, I said, actually, that member reached out to our Integrity Commissioner, asked them if they should have declared, and our Integrity Commissioner said, no, it was not relevant. And so, and then the resident chose to follow up anyway, which they're allowed to do. That's their right to do so. And our Integrity Commissioner has to review the documents they submit, and then ask me for the minutes of that meeting, and ask me for the item that the resident thought should have been declared against. So those are the three things that you know, Mr. Fleming would have reviewed, and but he didn't go further, because otherwise it would have been interviews and it would have been a full investigation, but he did not find that the complaint was founded. And so he said, we don't move forward with an investigation. That's it. We just let the resident know.
Well, that's the only reason I wanted to make sure, because when I was going through the checks, it's like, well, I said.
Yeah.
752 didn't go anywhere, but so that's for us as members to understand, like, what it is to declare or to accuse, because it's a very expensive
Yeah.
process, and we've been seeing correspondence about it. It's no different than every time I've declared, say, for construction
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
And that's because it's a very expensive process, and this is 752 that could have went to somewhere else. It could have went to
absolutely.
lots of different avenues. Now it's going towards this, and that's, so my biggest thing was more the awareness of it, that this is the first one we've ever had. And then secondly, it's like, we've been getting correspondences, this is a very expensive, so let's make sure that we recuse, we stay clear, we're all
Yeah.
good. That's because if you look at some of the townships, we were talking about this beforehand, Some of the townships are like 200K, 800K.
I know.
Look at our roads budget, that's an entire road.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
if-
the biggest, that's my biggest.
Oh, you're not wrong.
And if you're not
No.
You're not
sure,
wrong at all.
if you're not sure, you know, Tony is available.
Yeah.
To have a phone call and, or, you know, or send an email to ask, and that's not gonna cost us
No, no, it's due
$700.
diligence, right? And that's the biggest thing. That's the only reason I wanted to talk about it, is we have another 2 years.
Yeah.
And I personally do not wanna spend money
Yeah.
on IC investigation or anything.
Yeah.
Because that money can go to roads, that money can go to other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing.
I'm glad you brought that to our attention.
Yeah.
Because if I asked for an opinion from the commissioner, that wouldn't cost us, that's part of our contract with
It
them.
does,
no, it
it does
does.
cost, but it
Okay.
doesn't, it wouldn't cost us 700, cause
Okay,
they're, yeah,
thank you.
like, so it might cost us $200 or $250 for you to, like, it depends how involved the conversation is, you know,
Yes.
obviously, it's, you're talking to a solicitor that.
It's
there's a
more of an
charge.
awareness piece, just because,
But-
in case other members didn't see in the check registry, that's all.
But it's a lot less than
Got it.
having to review documents and stuff like that, so,
Yeah, and even at 250, I don't want you to feel that you can't phone our integrity commissioner just to make sure you're on the right side of it.
yeah, if you're just not
Right?
sure, you might be very sure, or you might just declare a perceived interest, sometimes it, you know, but I also don't wanna exclude council from discussions they wanna be a part of. So it's kind of like, if you really wanna be a part of this discussion, but you're feeling funny about it, call Tony. If you're like, I'm not super, I don't have a whole lot to contribute to this discussion, and I'm pretty sure council's gonna go the direction I wanna go anyway, but there's a perceived conflict, maybe you wanna just declare to be safe. So that, you know, that doesn't cost anything and that's not a problem, it's totally up to council, so, but yeah.
But if I asked Tony for an opinion of, we're gonna, the new legislation was coming up, and he gave me his opinion, I could take that to the bank, that's what should happen.
Likely, like, he's the one who's gonna be doing the
I was
investigation.
just gonna
so-
say the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Okay.
and I don't think he's trying to drum up business like that.
No,
He doesn't need to.
And the nice thing is, whenever you're at, if you go to like the Cunningham Swan events, you can always talk to Tony and.
Yeah.
That's great.
about
That's
it.
true.
And that's, I did that
Right?
5-6 years
Yeah.
ago for the first two, and hey, that's free, I'm already there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
those are all my
Yeah.
legal.
Hey, we're giving away all of our trade secrets on YouTube.
So once a year, it's free.
Okay, that's good, thank you, I understand.
Just speaking of that, I was accused by members of Lake Clear that I shouldn't be involved in the council procedure because I own lakefront on Golden Lake. Well, I talked to Tony and he gave me a letter that said, no, I'm not in conflict. If everybody that has property, well, everybody that has property must be on council. So that means that nobody can vote on a property?
But you were wise, I think, to ask him. about
I wanted that, I
opinion.
want that in
Yes.
place, because this Lake Clear thing isn't over yet. And I wanted it in place.
On we go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, look, I'm thrilled that you brought it up because I think it is a good lesson learned. And, you know, if the new codes of conduct are going to be, cookie cutter across the province, I think things are becoming increasingly less tolerated. I don't think that there's much room in councils and staff for, you know, this kind of interaction that we have every couple of weeks. I think that we're gonna see more and more and more IC issues. You know, they're seeing things that they've never ever seen before. I mean, we've only had really serious codes of conduct since 2017-ish.
2019, I think.
Okay, 2019. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. So, but again, you know, we can talk about this all day long, but I think general civility, we're all adults and we should know how to deal with each other. You know, whether we get along out in the parking lot or not. And I'm not talking us, I'm talking every council. There's got to be an amount of respect. You were democratically elected, whether you like each other or not. So I think that there are going to be a lot of lessons learned there.
I don't think we have any worries. We seem to be a great team.
Yeah, but I think even when we disagree,
Yeah.
I don't think there's,
It's fine.
I don't think we go home and go, oh, that's so and so, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't find anybody grumbling behind other people's backs, so I'm thinking we're doing something right. We're, you know. And we're getting stuff done, which is so devilishly important in time that. Man, oh man, people are having it rough, so. Anyway, all that being said,
I think that was the longest check registry report we've ever had since my tenure.
but it was an important.
Well, it's one of the ones I go
Thank
through
you.
them all the time. so
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, and having a refresher on integrity commissioner complaints is not a bad thing when you see it in black and white on your check register. And that was for one that was dismissed. So, anyway, I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024, whereas the manager of water and sewer only received one proposal from the 4 vendors sent said specifications for recoding and deems the purchase necessary through a sole source as per Part 5 of Procurement Bylaw 2023-017. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Bonnechere Valley approve the purchase of tank recoding services from Mulder's Inspection Services Company Limited to an upset limit of, what does this say, 162,000?
That's what it is, plus HST.
Oh, plus HST, should stop taking Tylenol. To an upset limit of $162,100 plus HST. May I have a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Brent, seconded by Merv. All in favor? Thank you.
And that's a resolution, not a bylaw.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Now I'm going into bylaws. Sorry, that was the one that Annette
That
added,
we
the
read,
sole
yes.
source. Yes, okay. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that bylaw 2024-068, being a bylaw to approve an extension agreement, Spolsky, be read a first time, be deemed read a second time, be deemed read a third time and passed. They have a mover and seconder, please. Moved by John, second by Tracy. All in favor? Thank you. And there's no, we can have discussions on resolutions, but when it gets to a bylaw stage, all the questions should be answered, which is why I don't ask for comment. Just trying to help out with the training.
I never got that training. I'm really disappointed.
Look, well.
Do you want to come and attend?
No.
Look at him with his arms crossed.
I
No.
chair other meetings. I don't want to chair any. Good.
Well, it is important if somebody's chairing council, like you don't have to do this at committee,
Yeah.
but if you're chairing council and I'm not here, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just little tidbits. I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that bylaw 2024-068, being a bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw, estate of Francis Kilby, be read a first time, be deemed read a second time, be deemed read a third time and passed. Mover and seconder, please. Merv, Brent, all in favor? Thank you, council. Brent's pouting now, because I never gave him no training.
All right.
A resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024, bylaw 2024-070, being a bylaw to authorize a lease agreement with Telecom, be read a first time, be deemed read a second time, be deemed read a third time and passed. I'm really happy to see that this got done. Yay. Moved by John, second by Brent, all in favor? I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that bylaw 2024-071, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council, be read a first time, be deemed read a second time, be deemed read a third time and passed. They have a mover and seconder. Tracy. Merv, all in favor? Council. And finally, I have a resolution dated the 17th day of December 2024 that the council meeting be adjourned at 5:53 p.m. Moved by Brent, second by emphatically John, all in favor, and we're adjourned. Oh, before we adjourn, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a very happy and safe New Year. And we'll see you all back here in January.
No, we'll see you on Friday,
That's right.
the parade.
Yeah, but not for a meeting.
No, I know.
Our YouTube people won't see us. Well, they might out on the street. I guess.
So that means